Hello and welcome to your extended. We're going to look a bit more, start by looking a bit more at these cards here. Okay. You know, it's funny, we all have this desire, many of us have this desire for truly real partnership, truly real and authentic connections, truly real and mutually beneficial relationships. A lot of us find ourselves at one time and another in places where it's not equal give and take, whether it's with a spouse or a loved one, a partner, a lover, a friend. We get into those places and then we see so much pain from that point. So the message from before about learning how to blend when you give, when you command creative energy and when you expend, when you command versus when you expend creative energy. We are also looking at how this works in relationships for you. When is it time to command things, to command the dynamics of a situation, to command the intention of a situation, and when is it time to do something? When is it time to act? And what seems to be the linking feature of all of this is this: the authenticity, facing yourself down, knowing who you are. And in that knowing who you are is that sense of knowing which side of the coin you're on at the moment, okay? So part of the self-identity is the idea of evolving to the point where you know you're doing the right thing, where you know when it's time to wait, where you know when it's time to act, where you know when it's time to initiate, when you know when it's time to just attract. That's part of your new identity, okay? It's likely that before you identified with one side or the other, or perhaps you identified as being able to do both, but not always knowing when to do either. And this new development or this new growth you find yourself on has your authentic self being defined and being able to shift between those two. Okay? And that's what I feel is going on here. That this is about asking. So this would be the king. Asking for that equality. Asking for when you need things to level up a bit more. When you know that things are out of balance and it could be righted by, you know, the sharing of domestic tasks or just coming together in a way that makes a little more sense, you know, talking things out, doing the practical. Again, remember his brown eyes, doing the practicality. And then there are times when you need to just trust that because you have a loyal partner, because you're in a loyal, committed situation, there are times when you need to just trust that it will even out. There are times when you need to trust that you may be giving more than it seems, or you may be receiving more than it seems like is fair, but it will even out. And part of your authentic identity is going to be able to know which side of that you're on. You know, is this a time to let go of looking for the equal, or is this a time when you need to ask for it? Okay? Get more, tell us more about the evolution of this identity. How has this identity changed? Tell me through the cards, please. Lord, Chariot, strength. Ace of Pentacles. Okay, now I was asking about how has the evolution worked. So here's our birth, the Ace of Pentacles. This is where we're headed, your birth, your rebirth. So we started from, okay, interesting, because it looks almost as if, it looks like the strength is coming into the Chariot, but both the Chariot and the Emperor or the Lord are presenting forward-facing energy. So I still kind of feel like because of the two horses here, we're looking at, she's bringing the two energies together. So it's almost as if the connection to the heart has been a bit wild. The connection to the heart has been something that's been tested for you. You've been really asked, you've been really challenged in the matter of the heart, but there's also a feeling of it being a little bit out of control. Like maybe your heart didn't go where you wanted it to, or there's just a wildness in this energy. I'm having a hard time describing it, but there's a wildness, a passion in this energy that on one side, that's what's been driving you forward. On the other side is the Lord, the stability, the predictability, the protectiveness, but also there's an angularity. Whereas this is more wild and uncontrolled, this one is very controlled. And the Chariot brings these two energies together, is moving them forward. But it represents kind of a victory over the use of willpower more than the use of flow. So you've essentially been like literally willing yourself forward, literally willing yourself to protect yourself, to stand up for yourself, to do what you have to do. And it's been kind of in control, but also not in control. Even though she's riding, she's got the horses in her hand, those horses seem to be riding very fast. So this journey of the authentic self has been the unleashing of this wild energy, of this totally kind of unfettered energy. And then at the same time, the very strong control and like regulation of it. And it's those two forces, although they're kind of fighting each other, it's those two forces that have pushed you forward. But it seems as though we're headed for a much quieter awakening, or a much quieter stepping out right now. The Bear and the Pentacles, this is a more gentle energy than all of these strong, like, what your soul has been through. And it's almost as if it's time to start. It's like we're putting this into practice. But the other thing is, though, I mean, the bear is still a wild animal, right? He's coming out of hibernation, still a wild animal. So what is next on the journey? This is really strange today. I'm having a hard time keeping my head around this reading. This happened with another reading as well. It's like I can't hold everything I'm used to holding in my head. So that was just a little aside there, but I think what we're seeing is the dissolving of control. They're both happening inside me and then on your path right now. Okay, what's next? Prince of Cups, Three of Cups, the Moon. Wow, look at all this flow. Look at all this water. Okay, it's been a bit hard and muscular and heavy in the past part of your evolution here, and now we're getting to a different part, a different sense. Now, what's interesting to me about these cards is we're in kind of liminal spaces in these cards, worlds between worlds or time between time. And there's a coming together, a celebrating of the energy in the middle. And there's a desire that you're putting out, a desire for unity or a desire for something to celebrate, but it's not, we're not there yet. The moon is not clarifying that for us. Now, is this a cautionary? If something is hidden to you right now, you need to know that that is for your own protection. And you need to trust that that's for your own protection. Okay, so something about this heart's desire, your next stage, you have the heart's desire, you know kind of where you'd like to go. But I do feel like some of that desire is being hidden from you. Some of the details of that desire is being hidden because for some reason, it's seeming to me like there's a healing that needs to go on. That there's a sense of being just carried that needs to happen right now. There's been so much pushing. There's been so much of that kind of aggressive energy of forcing forward that you're being asked to just go with the flow. And knowing that, okay, nope, I'm sorry, let's go in a different direction. The moon is asking you to trust your intuition even stronger than ever, because things will not be as they seem, but things behind the scenes are coming together. Okay, that's finally it. Things behind the scenes are coming together. So this part in your evolution is about trusting your intuition stronger than ever, even if it's not speaking. I came across some writing from my very first mentor the other day. I used to take notes when I would have sessions with him. And he talked about sometimes we don't hear from our intuition because we're not supposed to know everything. And I've changed my opinion about that because I do believe intuition talks to us all the time. We just don't listen. But there is a sense of when there's nothing in the physical world for us to trust, what can we trust? This is about trusting your intuition even stronger. That feminine energy that's coming looking for you, that's a stronger connection to your intuition. That is stronger and stronger intuition for you. Intuition is just known and it's remembered. It's things about the future that are remembered. And that is a really strange place to be when you're living in a 3D world in the present, in the present, because then your present is what is your present. But this whole journey is challenging you, is asking you to trust your intuition stronger, stronger, stronger than ever. Okay, final message to close, please. Rhinoceros, moderation. So that's exactly what we were talking about in the earlier reading with balancing these two energies. Bringing yourself into the middle. It's not black or white, but bringing yourself into the middle. Being able to command power, but being able to act when you need to. And I love that this card came up because this says to me that through the process that we've been through together, you're already starting to integrate. You're already starting to feel these two energies working in consort with each other. And there's one more thing. As much as you can, just be at peace. When you know yourself, when you trust your intuition, when you know that you trust your intuitive timing, you have no reason to be in any other state than in at peace. So be at peace so that you can trust, be at peace knowing that you can trust your intuitive timing. You can trust everything your intuition is saying. Be at peace and allow that light to radiate. All right, thank you so much for joining me and for allowing me to be part of your healing journey. I'll see you again soon.